What's up, everyone? It's me, Ivan, and welcome to another beautiful Atlanta in traffic video. Today we are, moving along better. Now, if you're wondering where I've been, because I haven't been posting very much lately, it's because I had a really bad fever and I needed to recover and everything. You could probably still hear it a little bit on my voice. And if you're wondering if I'm still going to be doing the classic Disney movie reactions, yes, those are still happening. They just take a little bit of time to record and to edit, and I was like dying, so I couldn't do it. But anyways, you guys probably know me a lot by a Star Wars fan, But there are other franchises that I'm a huge fan of, like Jurassic Park and Harry Potter. Those two being really big ones. And I haven't read the books of Harry Potter, but I do consume a lot of the video games or like the movies, merchandising, going to Universal Studios. So I like it, I really like the franchise. I really do. And now we have the HBO series coming our way of, the reboot of the franchise. Particularly, I don't think anyone was asking for a reboot, but here we have a reboot. And enough casting has been shown to cause up a lot of stir-up. And I'm here to just give my two burritos in the matter. I'm here to just flop my meat on the table and say, look at it. This is what I think. And what I think about it is, I will agree with a lot of people on the internet that Papa Esiadu, I think it's his name, shouldn't be Snape. 100%. He shouldn't be Snape. Snape shouldn't be black. Period. If they wanted to make someone black, go ahead and make Minerva McGonagall black, or fucking Professor Lupin. Make him black. Like, that's fine, because the characters would not be affected by the color of their skin. But here we have Snape, someone that gets bullied by a white guy, hung upside down on a tree by the white guy, and then we have the white girl rejecting now the black guy to go with the white guy. Right off the bat, it's gonna create some talk of the town, if you know what I mean. And then we have obviously Harry Potter coming over and be like, I don't know why, but I just don't trust him. The only black faculty member. It's like, Harry, we might need to have a little bit of a talk, It's just like, there are so many things happening with the character of Snape that can be misinterpreted or taken the absolutely wrong way if the character is black. So I really hope they recast him for the sake of him and the sake of the series, because at the end of the day, I couldn't care less if a character is of like a different ethnicity or something, as long as it doesn't affect the story or doesn't affect the character. And this is one of those instances where 100% Snape cannot be anything other than like Hot Topic emo from Ohio, like almost transparent skin looking. He needs to be very pale and follow the criteria, because otherwise, my guy, we're gonna have, there's gonna be story conflicts with it. But other than that, everyone else in the casting has seemed pretty almost on point. And it's been cool, it's been fine. Last night, it's when I saw finally the main trio, and it's like, okay, we have our Harry, Hermione, and Ron. And they look adorable as fuck, I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form will I ever support this reboot from happening until it proves me otherwise, that it was really necessary, that they did need to make it. But I don't want the reboot regardless. I don't think it's necessary. Go ahead and explore other areas of the world, but not reboot it and still use the same music, same locations. It's like, I mean, it's obvious that most of the things nowadays, all these adaptations and reboots are like money grabs, but like, don't make it that obvious, you know? Like, come on. Especially when they preach so much about like, oh, we're so pro transgender and everything, and like a lot of things that the author J.K. Rowling is clearly against, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't like J.K. Rowling, but it's very profitable though, you know, like, come on. Anyways, what I wanted to really like touch on is that I've seen plenty of comments and videos talking about the casting of Hermione Granger. And a lot of these comments and a lot of these people talking about her, saying that she's too black, that she is the worst casting, that this is woke and this is going to ruin the series again because she's as black as Snape, I guess. And I just gotta say, are you retarded? Like, it's really funny. It's really funny whenever I see, you know, this sort of like inflammatory, incendiary commentary just for the sake of getting a few clicks. Like, dude, it's fine. The casting of Hermione Granger, it's okay in my opinion. I think, like, does she have a little bit of a tan? Yeah, she does, but like, it still kind of resembles the character. Like, she's got the frizzy hair. She seems like a normal ass kid, you know. Ron is ginger and Harry is just goody two shoes looking. Yeah, like, for me, the casting looks fine. Looks good. I mean, if you look at a comparison of the pictures between the original trio when they were kids and this one, there's barely any difference, really. Like, they look pretty much alike. And Hermione Granger does have a little bit more of a tan to herself, but it's fine. Like, it's really fine. Anyone that makes 200 videos now talking about how they've just ruined Hermione and how she's going to, like, how it's not Hermione Granger, it's gonna be Hermione from the hood or something, like, it's going to be just pathetic. And I've seen it already happen, and a lot of people have been saying that, really, that this is obviously the next worst thing. Like, oh, the casting of Hermione Granger, like, she's too black and they're clearly not respecting the characters and everything. No, the only miscast so far that I see is Snape. And not because he's black, it's because he shouldn't be anything other than white for the character. Again, like, if they wanted to make McGonagall, Lupin, Filch, or like even Hagrid at this point, even Hagrid could be black and it would not affect this story, really. Snape cannot be black. Like, that's it. Snape couldn't be black. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on the matter. Anyone that complains that the casting of Hermione is like abysmal and so bad and it's just going to ruin the world and she's gonna kill puppies and shit, that's pathetic. That's very pathetic. And anyone that says that, you know, the casting of Snape is horrendous, yes, it truly is. I 100% agree with that. But again, not because the character is black, and I don't want to see any black characters in media. I just don't give a shit about that. I just really care if the story is good and the characters are not affected by any sort of like skin color or anything like that, which Snape really. Oh, we have an accident. And in good old Atlanta fashion, no one moves. They're like, oh yeah, we don't give a shit. We have places to be in 3 hours because we're in the middle of this traffic. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this entire situation and about people that are just, incendiary for the sake of being incendiary. Because legitimately shouldn't. This casting is fine. Except for Snape. Recast Snape. Like, please. Please recast Snape. But that's it. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.